Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wemimo and I'm also a Start Mama 5. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back. Right, today I have a question. According to the title, I really have a question for you all out there. And the question is, what has this skin color? What is it that it ignites in you all that makes you treat black people like an animal? Like this skin color, I really need to know what it does when you all see it. Because I don't intend to be rude. I don't intend to incite or ignite anything. I just really need to know. So what brought about this video? I finished work on Tuesday and my husband was telling me about a video he saw where a black girl was being beaten up by 3 girls whose parents or whose mom was there hugging them to continue to beat that girl up. And watching that video, when they told me about it, I was like, oh, I don't want to watch, because my thought was that maybe this girl maybe passed away or something like that. So I was like, no, I don't want to watch it. And they were like, no, it's not a good video that I should watch it. So I really didn't think much about it because I had a lot of things going on in my mind. And then yesterday, after I finished work, I was on Facebook and I actually saw this video. Because see, when my husband told me about it, I was hungry. I was losing it. I was angry because I've got kids in school as well. So when he was telling me about it, I was really hungry. But then when I went on Facebook on yesterday, and I saw the video, I cried. I cried watching that video. I just couldn't hold my tears. I cried watching that young girl being beaten up by 3 girls. And what disgusts me the most was that there were other parents in the car just where that fight was going on, and they sat in their car and watched that young black girl being beaten. She was beaten by three girls whose parents were there, encouraged them to keep beating this girl up. At some point from that video, I could see they've pulled out her braids. Not just 1, not just 2. I'm sure there were 3 braids I could see from that video. They've ripped her braids off from her scalp. I couldn't sleep last night because that video was on my mind. I kept tossing. I've been awake since 3 a.m. today. Today is Thursday the 9th or something. I've been awake since 3 a.m. today because that video kept playing in my mind. And knowing that there were parents in the car, there were other people, there were other parents at the school gates watching that fight went on, and they did nothing. Only for the principal to casually walking with a hand in his pocket to where the fight was. And it was not even like in their midst trying to tear them apart. It was just kind of like forming, being pushed, which was how the fight ended. I really need to know, dear white people, what is it that you see, or what is it that flashes through your mind or goes through your head when you see a black skin? Because I'm upset, I'm filled with emotions. And by the way, this high school is called Thomas Kivet School in Ashford, somewhere in Surrey. And I'm kind of like concerned in a way that I've got kids in school. I'm a black woman, my kids are black kids, and this just reminds me that actually I've been waiting for a call from my children's school about my son, because this would have been my son last week Thursday. My 13-year-old boy went out of school for lunch, and according to him, he said a girl lied that he tried to touch her, and which was not true. And these two senior boys chased him. They tried to beat him up, but my son had to run. You can imagine, he had to run. These were senior boys from his school. They chased him, trying to beat him up, but obviously my son is quite small. He was able to run, and he got back to school, reported the incident to the campus police. So I expected at least the school would have given me a call to say this happened, but there was no call. And on the Friday, my son went back to school, and I told him to say to his year teacher that I'm expecting a phone call. Till right now that I'm making this video, a week later I'm making this video, I've not heard a call from them. And when I saw this video yesterday, this incident reminded me of Damilola Taylor, the 12-year-old Nigerian boy who was murdered in London. Where is Ofsted in this instance? Where are they? Why is this news not being shared on social media, in the news, on the news channels? Like I said, this could have been my son. And this is not the second time boys in a school have attempted to attack him. Just before Christmas they tried to attack him in the school premises. It was one of his teachers who was watching that saw what was happening and came round. How I wish there is many more of such teachers in schools. And then I got a call. And obviously whatever incident that led to them trying to beat my son happened outside of school as well. As a parent, if according to the law, I am not allowed to raise my hands on my kids, how dare whoever is out there willing to raise their hands up to beat my kid? So as a parent who battered a child, laws does not permit me to beat my son, does not permit me to, like, you know, spank or smack my son. But some twats out there think it's all right for them to beat up my child. Nah, no, this is not right. Just less than 2 weeks ago there, my son's school gave me a call saying there was a case of bullying, that a video went round and my son happens to be one of the people who had the video, and because the girl in the question does not want the video to be shared, and at some point the video was shared, and according to the teacher that was bullying. So the school could call me in cases of bullying of a white child, but my son went out for lunch and some two seniors thought it was right for them to chase him so they could beat him up. And I'm still saying till now, I'm yet to hear or get a video, a call from the school to tell me what's been done. Black Lives Matter. When they came up with that call, with that thought, people have seen a lot. People have seen a lot. I know what racism feels like. I see it every day. School says there's anti-bullying policies. My son, my kids have been bullied several times in school. My daughter, who is in uni now, she was racially abused when she was 8 years old. That definitely impacted her in a lot of ways. And I'm just thankful for what she is and where she is now. My soon-to-be 17-year-old was bullied because she wears braids like this to school. I never got a call from the school each and every time she was bullied, but when she stood up for herself, I got a call saying the parents in question want to speak to the police, want to charge my daughter. But when my daughter was repeatedly bullied, nobody was calling me from the school to say, oh, Elizabeth was bullied, blah, blah, blah. But when she stood up for herself, that is when they are ready to make a claim of assault. Why? This is just not right. The annoying thing is that of the 3 girls who attacked this black girl, 2 of them are underage, and the prosecutor fiscal will not charge them because they are below the age of 16. But the call now is that the yearhead must go. That school had to be shut down. Because I saw videos of parents in protest saying that they've reported incidents to the school, and they're still waiting 3 weeks to hear back from the school. And why is it taking forever to get an update on what has been happening repeatedly? I saw people coming out to say they attended that school 18 years ago and it was what was happening. And same thing is still happening in that school till today. I was once told by an educator that if you're going to, as a black parent, if you're going to move your child to a school, if the population is not 50-50, do not place your child in such school. I'm sure this person has seen worse. That was why he gave me that advice. I really need to understand what this king does to you all. So, as an adult, obviously you can't be caught beating up a child, but instead, you are raising your child as demons to do your dirty works for you. My call is that school, the head teacher has to go. All of the teachers need to go. The school had to be shut because it's not fit for purpose. Because if same thing has been happening for years, then why are they still opened? Why is the school still opened? I just pray that this child in question do not suffer trauma, because this is going to be with her for the rest of her life. Why should I, as a parent, I wave my kids to school? Why do I have to have a constant thought that something's going to happen to my child while he or she is in school? Why? Remember, it's the same blood that runs in white skin, that runs in brown skin, that runs in black skin. I just really need to understand what this skin color does to you all, for you to behave the way you all do. These things happen at workplaces. It happens at workplaces. You are being encouraged to speak up when you see things. And when you speak up, you get discriminated for it. You get ganged up for it. And when you don't speak up and something happens, you still get the blame because they will tell you, why did you not speak up? Like, really, what do you really want? I really need to understand. I really need to know. So, like I said, I'm still expecting my son's school to call me in regards to that incident. They've not done that. However, I was going to call them this morning and, speak to them about it, but no, they've lost that chance. I've decided to send them a text. I've decided to tag them on Twitter. I'm going to leave the message I've sent on Twitter here. I've tagged the school and I've tagged the education minister. I really need to know what policies they have in place for when kids are out of school. There should be some sort of safeguarding policies. So as a parent, I can't beat my child, but it's okay for schoolmates, for a white kid out there to beat up a black kid outside. Nah. No. I am raging right now. Absolutely raging. Absolutely raging. This can't continue like this. This can't continue like this. It has to stop. My advice to black parents out there: if your child is experiencing anything, you moving them out of that school is not going to solve the issue, because you are practically running away from the issue. It's better you speak up. You call the incident out. Because if you don't call it out, it's going to keep happening and another child is going to suffer for it. And an advice for your kids is this: if at any time they are ever in a situation whereby they are being ganged up or they felt they are going to be beaten, they should run. Do not think, oh, because it's one person you have an issue with or one person is coming to beat you up. They will have planned with their friends, and before you think, oh, you're going to fight one person, there will be multiple of them. Just what if my son had not run and these 2 boys who tried to attack him had a knife on them? Just what if? What if this black girl that was beaten up in the street was caught in a corner with these 3 girls and they had a knife on them? What could have happened? This has to stop. It has to stop. Because I really don't understand. I just don't understand. Like, I really need to know. I really need to know why this skin infuriates some people so bad. If you're a black kid, please speak to your parents if you're experiencing anything at school. Yes, you may have spoken to your teacher about it, you may have spoken to some people, but your parents need to know. And then you wonder why black people shout. You wonder why black people raise their voices. I read now that the people involved in this business, they've been arrested. I just pray and hope this girl gets the justice that she deserved, and a proper treatment, a proper counseling, a proper therapy be given to her. Like, guys, I'm just gonna draw the curtain here, because I'm raging, really raging. Leave your thoughts below if you've ever find yourself, or if your kids, or if you know anybody who has been in a situation like this. What do you think should be the way forward? What do you think should be put in place? Because no child supersedes any other child. Just as your white kid is important to you, is my black kid important to me. And if as a mother I can't raise my hands to beat my kid, nobody ever should dare do so. I don't want to know what they've done. I don't want to know what that black girl has done. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys later. The stories that I told you this incident reminded me of, I'm gonna leave a link to those videos. I'm gonna leave a link to the studio. You could just Google those names to find out the kind of catastrophic end those two kids met. Anyways, guys, I'll be back on my channel again. Bye.